In a world filled with headlines about wars, climate change, open borders, shootings, drug trafficking, inflation, high interest rates, and the housing market has reached the highest level of unaffordability since the early 80s. Despite all this unsettling news, people will continue to buy and sell real estate. Therefore, I've compiled a list of 5 sound moves to make during the early days of this new market. Hi, I'm Mark Hiller with the Hiller Group, brokered by eXp Realty, here along the beautiful Florida Emerald Coast. And here are my top 5 strategies for buyers and sellers to consider in today's market, ensuring that they make decisions that they will not regret. Number 1, right size from a larger home to a smaller home. This decision is a win-win in today's market. Not only can you sell at record high prices, but you can also reduce your ongoing expenses. Many who choose this path may never need another mortgage. You can also put the equity in your pocket from the bigger home sale. So the strategy here is to reduce your monthly costs or put some cash in the bank. The second thing to consider in this new market is liquidating your Airbnb property. Right? While Airbnb prices have remained relatively high, this trend is unlikely to continue as people start cutting back on expenses, including vacations. Airbnb hosts may face rising costs, decreased booking, and falling rental rates. We're starting to see this here in our market because of HOA fees, condo assessments, and insurance costs. The strategy here is to sell while prices are still very favorable. The third thing to consider is selling your single-family rental property. This year, many markets have seen an influx of apartment buildings and available rental units. Combine this with the depletion of America's savings, increased credit card debt, auto loan defaults, resurging student loan debt, and housing may be the next thing to suffer. Can you afford to be a landlord if your tenants stop paying? Strategy here is to shed some debt, even if it carries a low interest rate, because it may become unaffordable with no rental income. The fourth thing to consider is, this is for buyers, admittedly that homes have never been more expensive, but you may want to consider buying right now. Why, do you ask? Because the institutional investors have left the market. You can take your time and shop for a home, maybe negotiate a better price and terms that align with your long-term financial goals. But don't buy if you don't plan to stay in the home more than 3 years. It doesn't make financial sense in most markets. Strategy here is to avoid competing with investors, as they may return if interest rates drop again. The fifth thing to consider is investing in a home for your children or grandchildren. Generational wealth has never been this high, right? There's actually a very crucial question you need to ask yourself. How will your descendants afford a home if prices remain unaffordable? Some parents and grandparents are providing financial assistance for their offspring to purchase homes. The strategy here isn't purely financial. It's a way to position your children for lifelong success and fulfillment. I hope these 5 strategies give you a different perspective on today's market to consider if making a move isn't the best thing for you and your family. Hit me up if you have any questions. Happy to help.